Hi, it's Kristan with Women's Care Center. When was the last time that you looked at a nutrition facts label? Understanding and reading this information can help us to make healthier choices for our families, but sometimes it's hard to know what exactly we're looking for. Today, let's break it down into some easy steps so that the next time you're grocery shopping, you can make some healthier choices for you and your family. But before we do that, let's do our breathing exercise. With your eyes closed, I want you to take a deep breath. As you exhale, imagine any frustration or disappointment that you may have been feeling lately begin to leave your mind. When you feel relaxed, I would like you to think about a recent achievement of your own. Whenever we have a goal in mind, we need to remember that there is no step that is too small to count. When we add up all these small changes to our behavior, we'll soon realize that we're closer to our overall goal than what we thought. So, nutrition facts label reading. What do you think is the first thing that you need to look at? Maybe you think it's calories, fat, sugar, vitamins. Actually, the first thing that you should look at is the serving size. A lot of food manufacturers will actually list a serving size that is quite a bit smaller than what we tend to eat. By looking at the serving size, you're able to determine if the rest of the numbers listed will be accurate. If you feel like you will eat more than what is suggested, then you need to remember to multiply all of these numbers. For example, one of my favorite types of chips that comes in a red bag says that a serving size is 12, meaning that I would open my bag of chips, count out 12, fold the bag of chips, put it back in the cupboard, and be content with that one serving size. I know myself. I will not stop at 12. So I would have to multiply all of the numbers listed in the nutrition facts information in order to show accurate readings. So here I have an example. It says that this microwave meal serves 2. Most of us would eat this entire thing by ourselves. So it's safe to assume that any of the numbers that are listed next to the nutrients, I'm going to have to multiply times 2. That changes everything. After you've determined if the serving size is correct or not, the next thing that you should look at are the first 3 nutrients. So we have total fat. Sometimes it will be broken down into different types of fat underneath. We have cholesterol and we have sodium. While our bodies need these nutrients, these tend to be the ones that we need to watch because we consume more than what we need. Next to each nutrient, you will see a number with the letter G that stands for the grams. Now, I don't know what 12 grams is, so I'm going to move over to the daily value percentage. That's showing me how much of that nutrient is represented in this food in regards to how much I need in an entire day. For example, this particular microwave meal has 29% of the fat that I need for an entire day. But remember, I need to multiply all of these numbers times 2 because I'm going to eat this whole thing myself. So now we're looking at almost 60% of the fat that I need for an entire day now is in one meal. Ideally, most nutritionists agree that for the first 3 nutrients, your fat, your cholesterol, and your sodium, you should look for a 5% or less. That's showing you that it has a really low number of those nutrients that we need to watch. Now, I will tell you, anything that comes in a box, a package, a bag, a can, it's probably going to have a number higher than 5%. That's really hard to find when you're going up and down the aisles of a grocery store. But remember, you can still make smart choices. Perhaps there is another microwave meal that has a little bit less fat or sodium or cholesterol. You can do a quick comparison and start to make healthier choices with those nutrients that we need to watch. So we have our serving size, the first 3 nutrients. The next thing I want you to look at is the sugar content. It's almost in the middle. Now they're doing some changes with the nutrition facts information, and now they're going to be saying which of these sugars are naturally occurring and which of these sugars are added. What you need to remember is there's approximately 5 grams of sugar in a teaspoon. Now actually the number is like 4.2, but I've never been good at math. It's easier for me to count by fives, so that's the measurement that I tend to use. For every 5 grams represented in the nutrition facts information, it equals 1 teaspoon of sugar. My microwave meal has 5 grams of sugar. That's 1 teaspoon of sugar that I'm eating in this one meal. Serving size, first 3 nutrients, sugar. The last thing we're going to look at are all the vitamins and minerals located under the second big fat line. There you're going to find things like vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, iron. That's where you want to see the high percentages. Nutritionists will recommend anything above a 20% shows a good portion of that vitamin being represented in your meal. So with my microwave meal, I have vitamin A at 15%. Remember, we have to multiply it times 2, so that's a 30. Calcium would be 50%. Vitamin C would be at 8%. Now you're probably asking, how do I know if these things are healthy for me or not? Remember that every small step you take towards a healthier lifestyle will soon result in big changes. If you're currently not reading nutrition facts information, begin to familiarize yourself with all of the nutrients that are listed and some of the things that we talked about. As you begin to feel more confident with the information, begin to do some comparison shopping at the grocery store. Pick 1 or 2 items off of your list, and when you pull that off of the shelf, look at the nutrition facts information. If you see really high percentages with those first 3 nutrients, perhaps you can make a healthier choice. If you see lots of high numbers towards the bottom of the nutrition facts information, you can know that that has a significant amount of the vitamins and minerals that we need. It can seem confusing at first, but I promise you that the more that you do it, the more confident you'll feel. The only way to really know what we're putting into our bodies is to look at the nutrition information. Remember that everything we eat has a consequence. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good. By reading the nutrition facts information, you can help your family to avoid some of the negative consequences and focus on the good things. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.